Hey guys, what's up? It's Flynn here, and welcome to the second ever episode of Thoughts with Flynn. I know I haven't posted a video like this in a very long time, but that's because I've still been trying to figure out the creative process of all the videos that I want to post to the channel in the future. But from this point onwards, there should be a Thoughts with Flynn video going up every single week, so I hope that you guys enjoy all the content that I have lined up for the future. But with all that being said, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the reality of Twitch streaming and the things that I wish I would have known before investing all my money and time into becoming a Twitch streamer. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do think that I owe a good portion of my success as an online creator to my Twitch channel and the audience that I grew on Twitch over the years. I think that I was able to transfer a good portion of my YouTube audience over to my Twitch channel to grow the Twitch channel, and then through growing my Twitch channel, a lot of people from my Twitch channel over to my YouTube channel. But that's not to say that I don't regret the amount of time that I spent streaming on Twitch. The thing is, being a creator my size, even with 250,000 subs, you still have to put in a shit ton of hours on Twitch to grow to a point where you're going to be making revenue. And even then, when you start to make revenue, you're not going to be making enough to call it a full-time job unless a new game or big update for the game that you currently play comes out. There's no doubt in my mind that it's a lot easier now compared to whenever I first started streaming on Twitch to make revenue from the platform. Way back whenever I first started streaming, you had to stream between 6 and 8 hours a day to get partnered on Twitch, and that was to make revenue at all, right? We had no affiliate program whatsoever. The only way to make revenue from Twitch was to be a partner, and it was really hard to get the partnership status because you had to have like over 100 concurrent viewership. You had to stream for a shit ton of hours, and you had to stream basically every single day and make sure that your brand was in tip-top shape. The absolute reality of Twitch, and I don't care if people like this statement or not, is that you are competing with every other streamer who is streaming the same game as you at all times, and that your success, especially as a smaller creator, relies on the updates and game releases of bigger companies. You might take a glance at my Twitch channel. It's got about 140,000 followers, and you might assume, just because of the public perception of Twitch streamers, that I'm loaded with cash. That couldn't be further from the truth. Like, honestly, the only time that I was making a decent amount of money from Twitch was whenever I was streaming a big Warframe update or covering a new game release. The most successful game release that I covered was somehow Anthem, to be completely real with you guys, and that blew my mind. I was streaming between 6 and 8 hours a day every single day of the week, and I was making below minimum wage in the UK unless there was a big update for Warframe or unless I was covering a new game release. That to me just isn't a way to live your life. Now, there was basically no breaks. Like, I couldn't take Sundays or Saturdays off, because if you were taking any single day off of Twitch, basically what's happening is you're missing out on revenue and you're missing out on audience retention. What you realistically want to be doing whenever you are streaming on Twitch, and this is advice for newer streamers and stuff like that, you want to be streaming for, like, I want to say 12 hours a day. If you're really taking it seriously, you want to be streaming for 12 hours a day, and you want to be streaming like in a time frame where like the most countries are going to be awake and watching your stream as possible. That's why you see a lot of streamers stream from like 12 p.m. in the UK or 1 o'clock in the EU up until like midnight or something like that, simply because that's the best time to stream, because a lot of people in the world are awake. You've got the UK, you've got the EU, and you've got the USA who are basically just waking up. You know, like, that's a lot of people. People from the USA make up the majority of your viewership on online platforms. Whenever I was in my teens, like 16, 14, whatever the case may be, and I was watching all of the bigger streamers like King of Fallion and Professor Broman, the Syndicate Project, you know, people that I was a fan of whenever I was a teenager, I was led to believe that Twitch was going to be like the next big thing, and if you wanted to be an online creator, you wanted to be on Twitch. Now, my experience alone, like, I don't think that it's right to tell you guys, like my audience, that you want to aim for Twitch if you wanted to make money off the internet, right? Like, if you want to live a life where, you know, you can make your own schedule and you can basically do what you want and sort of be free from the shackles of, you know, working in a 9 to 5 or being at college and stuff like that, like, I would suggest going for YouTube and having a content plan and scheduling when you're going to upload, and then doing the same for your social media posts, like on Twitter or something like that. So if you are serious about becoming an online creator and making money online, what you want to do is you want to make a YouTube channel, you want to make a Twitter channel, and make sure that the two kind of run in conjunction with one another. When you compare YouTube to Twitch, YouTube is a much more discoverable platform because of the algorithms that YouTube have in place to promote your content, right? Now, I'm not saying that you're going to post a video and it's going to blow up overnight. It's going to take yourself sitting down in front of your computer and learning all about the algorithms and, you know, what people actually want to watch on YouTube before you get any traction to your videos. It's also going to take a little bit of communication between you and your friends, because your friends are going to be your first viewers, and it kind of like lays on the shoulders of your friends to help kickstart your channel, right? You want them to be liking your videos, you want them to be, you know, watching your videos the entire way through, and you also want them to be giving you honest feedback on the video that you made. Like, if you show a video to your friend and they say that in a very serious manner that the video is bad, well, then you obviously have to do something and change it up, because the chances are, if your close friend is saying that your video is bad, then someone out there is also going to say the same thing in a much more harsher and negative way, because you also have to keep in mind the mental side effects of what people are going to say on the internet. You have to be proud of the content that you're making and then posting online. If you're proud of it, chances are someone else out there is also going to be proud of the thing that you made, and they're going to enjoy it, and they're genuinely going to look forward to the next thing that you do. And that's the entire point of this video, to communicate to you guys that if you haven't really done anything with yourself, you haven't posted a video to YouTube or something like that, there's going to be literally no reason for anyone to come and watch you on Twitch, unless you get extremely lucky and some big streamer hosts you or something like that. You're probably not going to get any viewers, because Twitch is like a massive ocean filled with fish and sharks. You know, you with the 0 viewers and all the millions of other streamers with 0 to like 5 viewers or something like that, you guys are the little fish. And then you got all those big behemoths like, you know, Tim the Tatman and Lyric. Those are the big sharks. And yeah, whenever you're in a boat and you're in this ocean, there's going to be a ton of little fish, and you're going to see all those little fish, but you're not really going to give any attention to every single individual little fish. But those big sharks, on the other hand, those are the guys that you're going to be paying the most attention to. And unless those big sharks are going to like do something to that little group of fish, then, you know, chances are those little fish aren't going to get any attention, because there's just so many of them and none of them stand out. And even then, whenever you do get to the point where you've done something, like let's say me, for example, I was very well known within the Warframe community as being the beginner guides guy, right? I was one of the fastest growing Warframe YouTubers. Just look at the numbers for the past like 2 years or something. I'm not trying to brag. It is literally just a fact. And then whenever I go over to Twitch, like, just because I was fast growing on YouTube and I did something good on YouTube, it didn't necessarily translate to the ultimate success on Twitch. You know, just being able to play Warframe or play a video game on Twitch and making a living off of it, like, it was very strategic for whenever I made a decent amount of money off of Twitch, right? It had to be whenever there was a Warframe update or Twitch drops were happening, or I was covering a new game before I was able to justify the time spent on the platform in terms of how much I was making on the platform. So if you're a teenager or you're somebody who's working a 9 to 5, I would not recommend Twitch being your goal. Instead, work on doing something that you're actually passionate about, and then record your progress and then put it up on YouTube. Like, let's say, for example, if you want to be a Siege Pro player, record your matches, make highlight videos, post them up to YouTube. If you want to be a Warframe player and you just want to, like, you know, stream on Twitch and help people out, then make build videos and stuff like that. Like, record your process, teach people and do all that type of stuff, and sort of like build a portfolio on YouTube, and then sort of have that there as a reason for people to check you out and invest into you as a person, rather than just streaming on Twitch and then sort of like expecting people to show up. You could be the most charismatic, sociable, extroverted person in the world, but if you're not giving people a reason to come and check out your Twitch stream, if you're not documenting your value in some way, shape, or form, people just aren't going to find you on Twitch. The discovery system on Twitch is just so bad that you're better off just going and investing all of your effort into YouTube, and then also, using Twitter or Instagram or something alongside of that, because the discovery tools on those platforms compared to Twitch just far better. Like, it's not even comparable. Twitch has no algorithm in place at all to promote your stream if you are a completely new streamer. If you have 1 viewer, 3 viewers, whatever, they're not going to promote you. They want to keep as many people on the platform as possible, and they're only going to promote those people who have like really good streams and are sort of shown through time, through wear and tear, that they are able to keep people on the platform and extract money out of those people through subs and bits and all that there type of stuff. Like, if you're a completely new person, they're just not going to recommend you. That's a fact. That's it. People may try to convince you otherwise, and I'm here to tell you that those people are lying out of their asshole, and they might not even know what they're talking about. Like, that's just how it is. Unless you're 110% willing to commit your life to Twitch streaming, or just any live streaming in general, I would say, until a better platform comes out, I would say just, face reality and accept the fact that Twitch streaming or mixer streaming or whatever the case may be just isn't a viable option for you, because let's be real, no job is as easy as just sit and play a video game, right? It's not as easy as being able to jump on whatever the hell you want to jump on and stream into a bunch of people and then jumping off whenever you want to jump off. Like, you are tied to your desk and your chair and whatever your preferred method of controlling the game is, PlayStation or PC or Xbox controller, whatever the case may be. You are tied there and you have to do it every single day. The things that I talked about, they're not even jumping into the types of health issues that you can get from sitting on your ass all day, and the fact that you can't really take a lengthy break whenever you are streaming, because if you do take a break, then you're losing viewership, and because you're competing with every single Twitch streamer that is streaming the same game as you, well, then you better be pretty strategic with when you take your breaks, how long for, and, if you're even able to take a break, depending on how competitive the directory that you're streaming in happens to be. I think that all you need to do really to understand where I'm coming from is look at any big streamer's tweets and then look out for times where they say that they are lonely or depressed or burnt out or something along those lines, right? Now, you may get streamers out there who say that they are super grateful for the fact that, they can stream on Twitch and they can play video games for a job and stuff like that. But I think that that's a very weak argument, because I feel like anyone who is in a full-time job or, has some sort of career or something would be grateful for the fact that they have a career or a job where they get money and then they can put food on the table and provide for their family, right? That's really common sense. Sure, it might be a little bit easier or better compared to working in a supermarket or something like that, but honestly, I feel like the same cons still exist, where you may not want to do it one day, or you might just not be feeling like the interaction with people someday, or something along those lines. I would say that Twitch could be seen as a very slow and tedious grind to get to where you want to be. We could use the example of becoming a millionaire. Now, I know that becoming a millionaire might not be everybody's goal, and people's goal may just be to, stream and have a job in streaming or whatever, and just live day by day and have enough to sort of live off of just streaming. That's totally fine, but let's use the example of becoming a millionaire, just because it's the most drastic and it's easy to explain, right? So becoming a millionaire of Twitch streaming alone would be very, very slow, and it'd be very, very difficult to get there. It would also be very, very unhealthy as well, because you'd be sitting in your chair for millions of hours and watching a screen for millions of hours as well. You could make that argument with pretty much any job in this day and age, because a lot of stuff is digital, right? So even being an editor or working on YouTube or something like that, it could be seen as unhealthy because you have to sit in a chair and watch a screen. But With Twitch, I would say that's a lot more drastic because you 110% have to, right? You can't really take long breaks and you can't take days off and stuff like that. Where if you're working on YouTube videos or something of the sorts, then you can sort of like schedule your day and plan days where you're going to make more than one video so that you can have days off. You can sort of plan ahead and stuff like that. And I would argue that on Twitch, you're probably going to hit that point of being a millionaire a lot slower compared to the likes of YouTube, because YouTube just has a lot more discoverability, which means a lot less effort for your videos to be seen. And then on top of that, you've got a lot of different monetization methods on YouTube that aren't as greedy as the monetization methods on Twitch. So for example, the sub button, like the percentages for that, I would say are pretty bad. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about that, but I would say that it's pretty common knowledge that, Twitch streamers are underpaid, I would say. So that's my opinion on that matter. So I would say that if I was a Twitch streamer who had the goal of becoming a millionaire and I did it solely through Twitch, whenever I hit that point of being a millionaire, it would probably be a very bittersweet feeling, because I would feel like with the knowledge that I gained through being a Twitch streamer, that I could have hit that goal a lot quicker if I had let's say diversified and, posted content on YouTube alongside. Or I could have started off on YouTube and made YouTube sort of the main bay and then get all the revenue from that and then do Twitch streaming on the side. So that's my take on that, just to sort of put it in perspective. But yeah, the only reason that I was able to stream on Twitch for as long as I did whenever I was streaming Warframe back in the day is simply because I had YouTube to back it up. If I didn't have YouTube to back it up, I would have never invested my time and effort into Twitch, because it just wouldn't have made any sense to stream for the amount of time that I did stream and then get what I got out of it at the very end. Now, the months where there was an update or there's a new game release or something like that, those were great, those were fantastic. But at the same time, I did invest a lot more time than I had hoped to invest into it to get the results that I did get. Now, it made me like stay up like basically all day and all night. Like I was live from 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock at night whenever there's an update out, to get the engagement and the revenue and all the stuff that I gained from that specific day, that update, that game release, whatever the case may be. It was a lot of effort, it took a lot of time, and it was a lot of sitting around, being chained to my desk and barely eating, paying full attention to chat and full attention to Twitter, hoping for the thing to pop up that I was waiting for, and it was just a clusterfuck. You're always going to get those people out there who say that you literally sit and play video games for a job or whatever, and just to me, like, those people have no idea what they're talking about. Like, you have no idea the amount of people who came to me and told me that, I was an idiot for quitting Warframe because my numbers were so high and I was getting so much revenue and stuff from it. It just, like, I thought that it didn't make any sense for that person to comment on my experience or my decisions whenever it came to creativity online, simply because they hadn't experienced what it was actually like and they didn't know the reality of being an online content creator and stuff like that. So Twitch specifically, like, I don't think that it's worth it to be sitting all day in a chair and living that life to get the crazy amount of money that you could potentially get, right? It's potential that you're sort of bagging on. It's luck that you're bagging on. And if you're not going based off of luck, then you are putting in extra effort to post up YouTube videos and stuff like that. I don't think it's worth it. I think that the scientific amount of money that you have to be making for it to have like no effect on your happiness after a certain point is about $80,000 a year or something like that. So once you get to the point where you're making like $80,000 a year, then you're kind of at your happiness to money ratio peak, I think. So that's my take on the matter. I think that you can hit that annual income very easily doing YouTube or doing some other type of career, maybe even photography or something like that. Like, what you should be aiming for is waking up and doing exactly what you want to do in life every single day. Like, that should be your goal. And for me, it's all about finding a way to have a hand in the sort of creative process while not having all of it stacked up on myself. For me, I want to be able to make something that people are going to enjoy while not carrying the burden of doing everything, right? Like, I want to have a hand in that creative process of making something really epic and cool, but you know, also not burning myself out or taking on all of the effort like editing and recording audio and editing the audio and everything, and then while also trying to maintain like a Twitch channel and maybe make merch and stuff like that. Like I think like putting all of that onto one person, which is what people are expected to do to grow in this current day and age of online content creation, it's kind of crazy, and you need to know what you're doing before you jump the gun and invest money into it. Of course, you do have to invest money into things, like you have to invest in the equipment and all that there stuff, but you also have to be prepared to invest into other people like video editors and people who are going to design stuff for you and stuff like that. And if you don't understand that before you jump in, time will definitely teach you that it's important to not take everything on your own shoulders. So yeah, I think that is all the advice and everything that I wanted to talk about in regards to streaming on Twitch and basically creative content online. I'm going to have a video talking about Twitch versus Mixer next week with or in Thoughts with Flynn, so I hope you guys are excited for that. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button below, and if you want to see some more content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.